Melvillle was very proud. All the people who admire him and work with him, all of us had a moment where we fought with him, and there was a separation. I had a fight over L'Aîné des Ferchaux, which I did not like at all. And I told him, Melvillle, that I didn't say that I didn't like it at all, but had a lot of reservation about the film. I think the film was, compared to the great novel of Simenon, it was full of flaws, and it was missed. And he never forgave me. Some years passed by. One night, I have a phone call. This is Jean-Pierre. I read your book, 30 Years of American Cinema. It's great. It's a masterpiece. One of the best books ever written about films. I said, thank you, Jean-Pierre. Out of the blue, full of praise. And he says, I would like to show you my last film, Le Deuxième Souffle. So he showed me his film. It was very impressive. I said, immediately, I will fight for it. I want to fight for it. And it's how we started to work together. And we were very, very close during those months. He premiered the film in Marseille. So during the train trip, he asked me, after all those weeks I spent together, have you any kind of reservation about my film? I said, there is a scene in the stick-up. Before maybe there is a little moment which is a tiny bit too long. He said, this is the best moment in the film. I stopped arguing. It's very striking with very few words and few shots. A lot is said. And I was looking at some film where you have many things trying to describe that two people are pals. And even after 25 minutes, you do not believe that. When in Melvillle, in 20 seconds, it's clear. The first scene between Michel Constantin and Ventura is a great example of this.
Alors, vieux cheval, on se laisse assommer par les blancs-becs maintenant? Allez, debout, vous autres. Allez.
Maurice was a very intelligent actor. Sometimes he overacts because he's intelligent. He tried to show too much that he is more intelligent than his material. And he has a sarcastic way of delivering the line. But Melvillle knew how to restrain him, to use that intelligence, that ability to give a kind of cynical, sarcastic lines.
Pour le reste, messieurs, voici Alban. Il n'a absolument rien vu quand l'accident est arrivé. Il était accroupi derrière le comptoir, il y chassait les mouches, et lorsqu'il releva la tête, les agresseurs, les vilains, enfin ceux qui sont entrés ici, on se demande encore pourquoi, avaient disparu. Alban serait parfaitement incapable de nous dire s'il s'agissait d'un homme seul ou d'une tribu de Touareg. Alban.
C'est à peu près ça.
Voilà.
The film has many parts like that which are very, very well cast. Very well cast, and a great sense of atmosphere too. I think the scene where Gueux is trapped by the police, by Jean Negroni, is absolutely terrific. The landscape there gives a kind of desolate feeling to the shot. The film was very, very, very well received. There was even a superb article by Gilles Jacob, who was not at that time the president of the Cannes Film Festival. He was writing in Cinema 65 or 6, the year of the film. A big essay about it. It says, among the French crime film, in the last years, we had 3 masterpieces. Classe Touriste, Le Trou, and now Le Deuxième Souffle. 3 great films. And I do not see any link between them. And when I read the article, I said, this is bizarre. So I showed this article to José Giovanni. And he sent a letter, he says, don't you think there is at least one link? Those 3 films are based on my books. I wrote the screenplay of all those films, and this is my dialogue in the 3 films. So at least it creates a link between the 3 films.
Ce genre de conversation échauffe les esprits. Tu parles trop.
Giovanni, by the fact that he spent many, many years in jail, 10 years waiting to be killed, guillotined, met those people. He knew the hero of Le Deuxième Souffle. But Melvillle wanted to sign adaptation, screenplay adaptation and dialogue. And Giovanni fought against that because he showed that 98% of the dialogue was coming out of the book. The dialogue was Giovanni and the story was Giovanni. At the end, there was a settlement which says adaptation by Jean-Pierre Melvillle, but screenplay and dialogue by José Giovanni. And Melvillle, that originated a hate of Melvillle for Giovanni. And Giovanni was rather fair, said that he didn't like Melvillle as a man, but he said that the film was very, very well directed. Giovanni, as a man and as an artist, was preferring Becker and Claude Sautet, but he respected the skill of Melvillle. So one subject which was important in Giovanni, and that's rang a bell with Melvillle, which is friendship, loyalty, and that's something which is very moving. The theme, in a way, Giovanni was covering a territory which had already been explored brilliantly by Jacques Becker in Touché par Grisby. I mean, about aging gangsters, people starting to be disconnected with a new world. So this is something that Giovanni was very sensitive, and in his way, Melvillle too. Melvillle was feeling a little bit like Ventura, a displaced director, a director out of tune with the new wave. In a way, Ventura, you feel the impression that he is alone, that it's more and more difficult for him to go out. You feel a little bit of the despair. Maybe it should have go deeper into this, but Melvillle was also feeling that it could hurt the film commercially if you were going to an extreme. He tried to do it in the most elegant way possible. Melvillle was interested in that, in being elegant. He was interested in that the despair should not show off, should be read in the subtext and not advertise. I think he invented a kind of film which are essays, which are reflection, which are exploring other films or the memories he has of those films, or how those films strike a chord in him. Playing with archetypes, those films, I would not say are philosophical, but they are like thoughtful re-examination of a genre. Like a jazz musician would take a standard by Gershwin and redo it in his own way. He's taking This Gun for Hire combine it maybe with one or two other films, and he makes his own version. He's playing part of the melody, but in such a way that he has taken different kind of chords, playing with different kind of harmonies, and yet you have the melody. I think Melville put the genre to a kind of perfection. The problem is it was so perfect that it was imitated by many directors. But I wonder if we are not losing something in it. And I think Melville felt it because he went to the Army of Shadows, in which I think it's another masterpiece. Le deuxième souffle killed a certain category of crime films.